laying down with your head facing the top of your mat. And we'll just take a couple of deep breaths here, just arriving and allowing yourself to be in this space, to settle into the earth. The first element we'll be connecting with today. We are going to be talking about the subtle elements on the tree of life and connecting with the space of grounding with the earth, of the fluidity of water, the expansiveness of the air, and the stillness of ether. So as we move throughout the practice today, we'll be embodying some of these elements, really aiming to connect with this element in your body, connect with the properties of the element as we are breathing, connecting with air. So there may be more than one element that we're connecting with as we move throughout each posture. Just being mindful of how all of these pieces come together to sustain the tree of life within us. So take a moment here to just settle into the presence of this practice, to feel the earth beneath you supporting you. Begin to feel into the soles of your feet, your roots. And as you breathe, following the breath from the soles of the feet, through the legs, to the knees, to the hips, feeling into our trunk, into our belly. This is a place of strength. The element fire meets the water within our hips, holds a lot of emotions here. And we come into the element of air within our lungs. Within our chest, our arms, and coming up through the neck, to the head, and beyond the element of ether. Finding stillness here. Just feel into all of these spaces. Notice any sensations that you're feeling in your body as you begin your practice. Any places of tightness, any places that feel at ease, at rest. And as you begin to find your anchor here in this present moment, thinking of an intention that you would like to set for your practice today, we'll be working also with the mantra of I am. And whatever that is to you, I am present, I am water. You can use the elements here, incorporating those. I am water, I am earth, I am air. Especially as we move through the postures today, begin to feel them come alive in us, feel them awaken, and simply be I am, and just allow whatever comes forward to be there, to notice it with curiosity, without judgment, and letting go of any expectations of today's practice, any judgments about how you think it'll go, any worries about the accessibility or how you will look in a pose or how you feel you can move through the practice. Just allowing yourself the space to move however feels good to you. Everything that I say is simply a suggestion. Find the alignment that's right for your body, the pace that's right for your body. This is really your time, your practice. Move through it as you wish. And we'll begin by just walking the feet in, bending the knees. Just slowly waking up our body here. So taking the knees side to side, just a gentle windshield wiper motion. Soles of the feet planted on the earth. Just back and forth, nice and slow. Begin to feel into the hips. Try to keep them planted into the ground here. Really rooted down and just feeling into the movement in our legs and our femurs here, kind of moving in that hip joint. We'll draw both knees in towards the chest. You can grab onto the shins or to your clothing or the back of the legs. We'll just give them a little squeeze here, just rocking side to side. Maybe placing the hands on the knees and kind of taking some circles one way and then the other. Interlace the fingers either behind the right thigh or under the right knee and extend the left leg out. Just hugging that right knee in towards the chest, maybe bringing it over to the side a little and hooking it around here and just getting some space in there, pulling it towards the right armpit. Extending that left leg out, left sole of the foot, really reaching towards the back of the room. Nice stretch here, flexing the left toes towards the face, towards the body. And pointing the left toes and flexing them. And just moving through that just a few times, maybe making some circles. Stretching out our ankles, warming them up. And we'll draw the left knee in to meet the right. Interlace the fingers somewhere on the left side, switching to the opposite side, extending the right leg out, right heel, right sole of the foot, really reaching towards the back of the room, sinking the right hip down and squeezing the left leg in towards the chest. And pointing and flexing the right toes, making circles with the right ankle. And drive the right knee in. Give them both a little squeeze. Extend the left leg out again. Tapping the heel on the floor. And then on the inhale, toes flex towards the face, just drawing that left leg up. Sole of the foot reaching towards the ceiling now. And then the exhale, with control, bringing that left heel back to the floor. So we're still reaching through that heel, tapping it down. Inhale, draw the left foot up. Exhale, lower down. Still hugging that right knee in. Tap the heel. Inhale, draw back up. And exhale, lower down. Take 5 more of these at your own pace. Draw the navel in towards the spine, really supporting our core here, beginning to engage our core, our center. Feel the fire, the heat start to build here. The slower you go, the more controlled, the more fire elements you'll begin to feel. Last one here. Inhale. And draw the left knee in, opposite side. Extend the right leg out. Right heel taps the floor. Draw that left knee in, engage the core. Inhale. Right toes flex towards the body. Right foot towards the ceiling. Exhale, lower down. Tap the heel. Inhale, drawing up. Exhale, lower down. Tap the heel. Inhale, rise. Exhale, lower down. Tap the heel, 5 more at your own pace. Drawing up on the inhale. Last one, inhale, drawing all the way up. And draw the right knee in, give them both a little squeeze. Draw the chin towards the chest and gently lift the head and shoulders off the earth. Pulling everything inward. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Exhale, release everything. Bring arms out to the sides. Maybe take a big stretch here. Stretching all the way from the fingertips to the toes. We'll come up into a seated position in whatever way is intuitive to you. Rocking up or rolling over to one side. And finding Sukhasana, easy seated pose. Take a moment to really root down through your sit bones. This may mean that we move some fleshy parts out of the way so we can really feel grounded and rooted here. With our legs crossed, just find a moment of stillness here. The shoulders drop down away from the ears. And maybe bring the chin to the chest. And the right ear towards the right shoulder. And back through center, chin to chest, left ear to left shoulder. Exhale, chin to chest. And just roll through a few circles here with the neck, nice and gentle. Feeling into any spots that feel tight or sticky. And if you find those spots, just taking a moment to pause there, to breathe. Invite those spaces to soften a little, to release. Come back through center. We'll move through some dynamic, simple twists here. So on the inhale, we'll draw the arms up, gaze comes skyward. Exhale, left hand to right knee. And we won't stay here long. Inhaling, coming back through center. Exhale, right hand to left knee. It's really focusing on the breath, on our core here, which is our place of fire. So the element of fire and the element of air. So as we move through this, inhaling, drawing in air, expanding. Exhaling, releasing, twisting, detoxifying, feeling that fire. Just move through these at your own pace. We'll just be here for about 30 seconds or so. Three more each side. Inhale, coming back through center. Exhale, hands to the knees, and just pause here. Let your breath settle back to an organic flow. Invite the belly to soften a little, to release any tension. We'll come into tabletop. So bring a blanket to support your knees if you need to have a little cushion here, if you have a hard floor or have any knee concerns. And we'll come into a child's pose. So bringing the knees towards the edges of the mat into a wide-legged child's pose, walking the hands out here, bringing the body towards the earth and finding a little bit of stillness, connecting with ether here. Opening our heart towards the earth, finding that pause, but also inviting the air in, inviting the breath into the spine to lengthen the spine here. So we're sinking the hips down towards the earth and we're reaching our forehead and our arms towards the front of our mat. And we're inviting some length here in the spine to expand, to create some space here. So settle in. See if you can follow the breath from your fingertips or from the crown of your head all the way to the base of your spine. We won't be here too long. Just beginning to stretch out our spine, begin to move into the rest of our body. Gaze comes towards the fingertips. And we'll come into tabletop. Knees stacked under the hips, wrists stacked under the shoulders. We'll inhale, drop the belly, gaze comes forward, heart space opens, tailbone rises. Exhale, round the spine, press into the earth here, nice and slow. Inhale, come into cow. Drop the belly, tailbone rises. Exhale, round the spine. Chin to chest, gaze towards the navel. Just moving through this fluid motion, beginning to connect with the element of water. You can take some movements here with the hips even, finding more motion, more fluidity. Maybe circling the hips one way and then the other. Maybe coming back and even coming lower down on the forearms and sending the chest through as you come up, inhaling, exhaling, rounding the spine and coming back. Inhaling, coming through. Come back through tabletop. A little bit of balance here. So bring your toes tucked here in tabletop. We'll draw the right arm up. Just gaze towards the right fingertips here. Breathe here for 3, 2, 1. Exhale, right hand down. Inhale, left arm up, fingertips reaching towards the front of the room. 3, 2, 1. Exhale, lower the left hand down. This time, as we raise the right fingertips, also kicking that left leg out. So opposite arm from the leg, right fingertips reach, sole of the left foot reaches towards the back of the room. 3, 2, 1. Lower down, really engage the core here. Draw the navel in towards the spine. Inhale, reaching out, left fingertips reach, right foot kicks back. 3, 2, 1. Lower down, opposite side. Right fingertips reach, left foot kicks back. 3, 2, 1. Lower down, really begin to feel that heat build, our fire element in our body. Inhale, left fingertips reach, right foot kicks back. 3, 2, 1. Lower down. Take a brief child's pose here, finding some stillness, big toes together, knees width of the mat, send the hips back, walk the hands out, rest the forehead on the earth. Big belly breaths here. Three more breaths. Gaze comes towards the hands. Walk the hands back. Bring the head up last and just pause here at the top for a moment. We'll move our blanket aside. Coming back into tabletop briefly. Tuck the toes here. We'll move into our first downward dog. So hands are going to walk out a little bit in front of the shoulders here, pressing into the earth with the palms of our hands, gripping the mat with our fingertips. Tuck the toes, hover the knees, and send the hips back. Keep the knees bent here as much as you need. Don't worry about the heels touching the mat. Mine never do. Yours may. It just depends, but don't make that a goal. Knees bent. Lengthening the spine here, gaze comes towards the navel. Just take a couple of breaths, really lifting the hips towards the sky, towards the ceiling, chest towards the legs. Gaze comes towards the hands now, and walk the feet to meet the hands at the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift, placing the palms on the shins, flat back, crown of your head reaching towards the front of the room. Exhale, fold forward all the way, fingertips coming wherever they are, to the floor, to the shins, bending the knees if you need. Let the head hang heavy here. Just grab either elbow and come into dangle posture. Just gently rocking side to side. Releasing the spine. Inhale, slowly come up one vertebrae at a time. Bringing the head up last. Roll the shoulders back. Open the heart. Finding mountain Tadasana. Take a breath in through the nose. Exhale. Root down through the feet. Find a nice sense of stability and grounding here, like a mountain. Maybe take a moment to just kind of feel into the feet, rocking side to side, toe to heel to toe, opening the palms towards the front of the room, really drawing the shoulders back, lengthening the spine, finding stability, rooting through the feet. Coming back to that visualization of our roots anchoring us into the earth, a place where we can find strength, nourishment. Check back with your intention, or check back with that I am statement. I am what? I am strong. I am safe. I am rooted. I am fluid. I am water. Whatever it is. Open the eyes slowly. Inhale, circle, sweep the arms up. Gaze comes towards the fingertips, lengthening. Exhale, fold forward. If you want to bring your books or blocks to the front of your mat for this folding forward, place your hands. It'll help you bring the earth a little closer to you. Wherever you are, you can have this as support here to help you find that flat back half lift. Crown of your head reaching, rooting here. Know that those props are an option. Exhale, fold forward. Plant the hands and step the feet back. Drop the knees down and slowly lower down, drawing the elbows in, pressing into the earth. Slowly lower all the way down. Inhale, finding cobra, pressing through the hands, lifting the chest, shoulders back, gaze comes skyward. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, finding cobra again. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, lower down. Find Sphinx pose. Elbows under the shoulders, belly pressed into the earth, forearms pressed into the earth. Relax the hips, the legs, open the heart. Gaze comes between the hands. Just a little stillness here, a little ether. Exhale, lower down. Hands under the shoulders. Tuck the toes. Press back and find your downward dog. Bending the knees here as much as needed. Chest towards the thighs. Lengthening the spine. Gaze comes towards the front of the mat. Walk or step or hop your way to the front of the mat. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold forward. Pressing through the soles of the feet, grounding into the earth. Inhale, rise up. Palms together, exhale, hands at heart center. Connect back with the earth here. We'll move through one more vinyasa flow here, connecting with the element of water, fluidity. Find your mountain. Inhale, circle, sweep the arms up, reach. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, half lift, flat back, crown of the head reaching. Exhale, fold forward, plant the hands, step back. You can find a high plank here or drop the knees. Lower all the way down. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, downward dog. Five breaths here. Gaze comes towards the hands. Step or walk the feet forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, circle sweep all the way up. Palms together. Exhale, hands at heart center. Inhale, circle, sweep the arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant the hands. Step the feet back. Lower the knees and press back into child's pose. One last time. Knees width of the mat. Let the body come towards the earth. Gaze towards the hands, walk the hands back. We can bring a blanket here to support our knees, coming back in through tabletop. Have your books or your block nearby. We'll draw the right knee in towards the right wrist, and we'll come into pigeon. The ankle can be in towards the groin, or you can bring your shin more parallel to the front of the mat, whatever feels right to you. Placing a block or your books underneath that right hip, finding where you want to be in this pose. Sometimes placing that block there gives a little bit of space to be able to bring that right ankle forward a little more, but find what feels good to you. You can also bring a bolster or pillow to the front of your mat. You can rest on your forearms. Maybe let your head hang heavy here. And feeling into our hips, this place of water, of movement. Beginning to wind down. Find a little more stillness. Connecting with the breath. Release any props. Coming back through tabletop before we move to the opposite side, drawing left knee towards the left wrist, placing a block or books or a pillow or something under that left hip, finding where you want to be today. One side may be different than the other. And then finding a little stillness. And release. Come onto your back. And bring the soles of the feet together. Let the knees fall open. You can place blocks or pillows or whatever underneath the hips here, underneath the thighs. We'll come into Supta Baddha Konasana, recline butterfly. Bringing the hands to the ribs, to the inside of the thighs or at your sides. Inviting in a sense of expansion within the stillness, connecting with the ether, everything that's existing around us. Invite the breath to start to settle here. Let go of any shape of the breath or control of the breath and just allow it to be in the body. Release the blocks. Coming into Shavasana. Let the legs come out long. The feet fall open. Arms at your sides. Letting go of the physical practice and tuning inward. Connecting back with that sense of the tree of life and all of the elements. And scanning from the soles of our feet all the way to the top of our head. And maybe just beginning to, in your mind's eye, create a landscape in which your tree exists. Someplace that is calming, peaceful to you. It can be a place that exists in the world or just in your mind. Imagine the tree of you existing here in this space. And the elements around you, the air, maybe the temperature of the air, the way the air is moving, if there's a breeze, if it's still. The water sources are nearby, a creek, a pond, a river, the ocean. Maybe it's raining. What the earth looks like and feels like. Is it soft? Is it rough? Is it dense? Warm or cold? And the heat. Where's the heat coming from? Maybe it's coming from the earth or from the sun. And identify for a moment with the elements around you, also within you. As this tree in this space, how are you taking in the air and the water and the earth, and the fire? How are you existing in this space, in the ether? And how do all of these elements come together to support, to sustain, to nourish? Create some movement in the fingers and the toes, the wrists and the ankles. Maybe taking a deep breath once more. And in your time, making your way to a seated position. Coming into Sukhasana. Placing our hands over our heart space. Taking a moment to find gratitude for this time and this space to connect, to share this practice, to move in a body that moves in whatever way it does. To connect with the elements of sustainability and what nourishes us, and to be present in this moment. Thank you for joining me for this practice of mindful movement and meditation, and the theme of connecting with the subtle elements on the tree of life. It is my greatest wish that you will carry the benefit of this practice with you throughout the rest of your evening, the rest of your week, and beyond. Sat Nam, thank you, thank you, thank you. May you align with your favorite version